You ready to do this? Ready to have this conversation? I have a fitting hat, by the way.
You have a fitting hat?
Yeah.
As opposed to a not fitting hat?
Yeah.
As in it's a fitted hat?
No.
I don't get it.
We're talking about Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Look at my hat.
Raptor.
Reptar.
Monster.
It's the greatest monster of all time.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I didn't realize that. See,
Wow.
this is why we don't put things on the floor. What
That's
did I tell
got
you?
nothing at all to do with
It has
it.
everything to do
Zero
with it.
to do with what we're talking about. This is also, that's Raptar. This is Reptar here.
Oh, there's Raptor
Raptar.
and then Reptar.
And Reptar. Let me just
Oh, I
make
didn't
sure.
realize they were two different things.
Do you guys see that? Raptar.
I'm feeling a
It's a
little envious
velociraptor
that I don't have
with a
a
gold chain
monster
and glasses and
on
a backwards
something
cap.
I'm wearing.
So this is a raptor wrapping. So that's what's happening.
Raptor.
And then we have legitimate Reptar. Took me a lot of effort to get this shirt, so you guys need to make sure you see it because this is unique swag. And even in COVID, the swag does not stop, which is why I have my Puff Daddy velour suit on because you can't stop, won't stop. We're gonna leave here, then we're gonna go shut down the studio, and then we're gonna get a glass of Cambodian breast milk.
What? Is that the new thing?
It's an inside, no, it's an old thing. It's an inside joke. If you get it, either you know or you don't.
Okay.
If not, you get to go Google Cambodian breast
Wow.
milk.
Is this one of those you're
High
so
quality.
white baby moments?
I don't know, maybe. Anyways,
I don't know.
let's get to the topic. Welcome to another Vaughn's Conductor movie review. I'm the Vaughn's Conductor,
Special guest, generally irritable.
Erica Reddick.
That's me.
Hashtag Life So Reddick.
That's true.
Which was what the theaters were like today because there's literally nobody in it.
It was like we had our own movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
We now officially have our own private movie theater.
Yes.
It's the Alamo Draft House.
Yes, went to the Alamo Draft There was one other person, I think, two other people.
It was not a couple, but like two people there together.
They were there in the theater.
Yep.
Was it two dudes?
I think so.
Bromance. And
Yep.
We're in there,
feel
and
like
literally
and
no one was in there.
Nobody.
It's crazy.
It was really weird and really creepy. I don't know. Do you guys just not know that the movie theaters are open? Are you guys all worried about COVID? You don't need to be because there's literally no one else there.
I mean, that's got to be 200-300 seater.
Anyway,
Seriously.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. There's at least 20 seats in a row, and we were in row 6. So there's like 200, 300 seats in there.
Oh, good point.
And literally, I mean, you could space out a lot
Really
of feet.
easily.
Anyways,
really easily.
I mean, here's the thing. I used to watch matinees before.
Yeah.
And just because I like going to an empty movie theater because I feel like, oh man,
Get
I
it
have
all
my
to
own screen.
yourself.
It's
Yeah.
me. I made it. I have my own private theater.
If you don't want movie theaters to shut down, if you want to be able to go
Yeah.
see movies in the future, these
Yeah.
places need your support. So, and there's movies out now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. But also, people have been buying gift cards and whatever from these places, so that when they do open, when people do feel like going back, people will go. They made some sales during their slow time in hopes of a future screening experience. So a lot of people are doing that with restaurants.
Yeah.
So they're buying, things from restaurants, whatever.
Well,
so
and
that's a
that's
good idea.
what, we went to see Monster Hunter,
Monster Hunter.
and Wonder Woman's coming out next week.
Yeah.
So you guys can use up those gift cards.
Yeah, I think that's gonna not be good.
Oh, don't even get me started. Don't.
We're gonna try to stay on topic, but I will say that in the cartoons, I once saw Wonder Woman suplex Cheetah or whatever her name is on concrete, like half Nelson her into a suplex. It was so vicious. And I was like, yes, that's Wonder Woman. Because she was like, yo, she had the freaking guns. And
Yeah.
I saw what she did with the cat girl. She like threw her and she like landed. I was like, why did you throw her? She's a cat. Cats land on their feet. You have to slam them into the pavement. That's how that works.
Dude, it's gonna be stupid. And what's that actress's name, the comedian? Kristen, what is her name?
I don't know.
You
Kristen
want
Wiig or something?
You want me at Wig, right?
Think so.
You want me to take her seriously?
Yeah.
After watching her act like an idiot for like 2 decades, she's now in a dramatic action role.
But comedians do that all the time. All the time.
Ryan
They're actually
Reynolds?
pretty good. I've seen Vince Vaughn in a movie where he was a freaking stone cold killer and he did a great job.
Really?
Yeah. You never seen any Jim Carrey's like dramatic stuff?
No.
It's good.
Why would I want to watch Jim Carrey being dramatic?
Because a lot of comedians are really good dramatic actors.
Really? All right. Well,
I
who
don't
knew?
think she's going to be great.
I don't
but
know.
whatever.
We should just move on. I'm already mad about the Wonder Woman movie. So, and it hasn't even come out
I'm just
yet.
saying, if you've ever thrown a cat, what you need to know is you don't throw them into the air.
They
you have
will
to,
land on their
You
feet.
have to slam them into the
They
pavement.
will land on their feet.
They have to slam them into the pavement.
There's actually like somebody did like a study. What was it? I think it was on, it's some NPR program that like, what the heck was it called? And it's something like The Moth or one of those ones where it's a storytelling something or other. And they did a study about cats and they figured out like that if you drop them out of a window or if they fall out of a window, there's like periods, there's points where they'll fall on their feet. And then there's like a little bit higher and then they won't make it. But if you go a little bit higher than that, they land on their feet again. It's something, bad story. I don't remember enough of it to share.
That's weird. That's a weird study.
Forget it. Forget I told the story.
It doesn't matter.
It was really
the point
bad.
is, you don't throw cats in the air.
You don't do that.
You have to slam them to the pavement when you want them to have them.
Suplex.
No, you have to you got to let it land. Let this comet land.
Oh.
You have to slam them to the pavement if you want to hurt a cat by throwing it. There you go. Much like a violence conductor.
But not like the characters in the movie that we watched tonight, who apparently are gods.
Oh.
And like literally, like
Okay, we gotta start-
taking hits
gotta
like
start at the
Thor
beginning. Okay, we need to
and
start-
the Hulk
We need to start at the beginning.
and being fine.
Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so we want to go watch Monster Hunter today, starring Mila Jovovich and Tony Jaa. And that's all I'm going to say. There's a surprise character, and I don't want to ruin anything for you because his hair is glorious and it's kind of gross.
Yeah, the Will Ferrell looking.
Don't say anything
A.
at all. I'm not giving him any hints. No hints at all. But
Dude
there's
is
another.
a Will Ferrell looking ass.
There's
For
a-
real.
There's another.
For real. I thought it was Will Ferrell. It's not Will Ferrell.
So you said that. Got it.
That was the first thing I thought when I saw him. And I was like, oh my God, I've been hanging out with Benjamin too long.
Gosh.
And listening to him tell me these, this looking A
I
and
don't
this looking
even hardly
A.
ever say that.
That is, you
He's gonna
don't,
lie
are
to the-
you serious
he's
right
gonna lie
now?
to the camera
You
and
don't
tell them how
hardly
much
ever
I
say
swear?
it, but you tell
You
me.
tell them how much I swear?
You tell
Okay.
me, you read
Yeah,
me
but you're
the
making-
jokes all of the time.
Yeah, but you're making it seem like I'm out here making jokes that way, and I don't even do that.
No, you just read them to me because you think it's
Wow.
funny.
Anyways, the point is, Mila
very proud of
Jovovich
myself.
and Tony Jaa. No, I can see the satisfaction. Tony Jaa. Let's see who else. I think they're the only people that matter. No, that's a lie.
No,
T.I.
T.I.'s in
T.I.
it.
is in the movie. Tip. Mr. Rubber Band Man himself.
Can we? We don't want to spoil anything.
No, yeah, we're not. We're gonna try not to spoil this because it just came out, so I can't. I'll
know,
give you
but
guys a
how do
pass.
you,
And then there's Megan Good, who's in this movie. I always like to see the young sister working. Do not see enough of her in film. I thought she just stopped making stuff for a while, but she was in this one. And so it's a pretty fun little movie. It's a pretty fun little movie. They get going. The plot moves very, very quickly. Gets right to it, right
Yeah.
fast.
I will say I was immediately irritated by the feminism talk.
Which part of that are you talking about?
Come on, ladies.
That's just
so
the thing they say in the
captain,
military.
Mila Jovovich, of course, she's in charge of a squad of dudes and one other chick. But she's in come on, ladies. I'm like, really?
That's not a thing.
No,
Rebecca. That's literally a thing people say.
Yeah, it's also just like so rote. Is that the right way to use that word?
I don't know if that's.
It was stupid. I was like, really, dude? And
I don't
then
think
she's all
that's
like, I'm a tough person. And like I'm like walking like a soldier, but she's really a model trying to walk like she's a soldier.
I didn't even catch that.
It was really funny.
I didn't catch
That was why the talk was so stupid. It was just like, so like, oh, of course that's what she said, because it was very cliche.
I give you that, but I mean, I just know my friends literally say that. So
Ladies say that to your guy
that
friends?
was the joke. She's a woman, and he said it's never mind. You have to see it to see how the joke lands. You tell us if you think that it was not a good joke or if it came across to you fine. Mind you, it's like 11 o'clock at night, so if I look tired
it's
right now,
midnight.
it's because I'm actually kind of tired right now.
I'm pretty
But I
tired.
wanted to get this to you guys while
Delirious.
it's fresh on our minds. Because what happens is we'll watch something and then we don't talk about it for like 24 to 48 hours, and the zeal has passed.
Goes away.
Yeah, so we wanted to get this one
Sounds
to you.
exciting.
Like, what is the wording for that? What's the thing when you get something to somebody pronto? But there's like a way you say it.
Lickety split.
Yeah, there's another one. There's a real word. It sounds British.
Apparently, we're not doing well with our words tonight.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Anyways,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No.
So the movie starts. Interesting.
Action pretty much
very,
immediately.
very diverse cast. They went out of their way to make this a diverse cast. So you have Mila Jovovich. I think there's one other white dude, two other white dudes. There's an Asian dude. There's a black guy, and a black girl.
Yep.
I mean, the movie starts with an Asian female, and then Tony Jaa. So
And Will Ferrell wannabe.
yeah, so it's pretty, like I'm talking about it. I'm pretty sure it was like an active decision. Then I saw that a lot of the producers and executive producers were, I believe, Chinese. I think it was Chinese.
Is Tony Jaa Chinese?
He's not, but I think the other people who produced it might have been. And so because of that, it doesn't shock me that it was very, very diverse. Just putting that out there for you guys. Cool to see color people working in film. It's always good.
And
Good for me.
I want to say something, but it's going to spoil it.
What's part?
Oh, you can.
No, we can say that. I mean, the order doesn't matter. I don't want to tell anybody who dies and who doesn't die, but I will say that black people do tend to last a little tad bit longer in this movie
Than
than you would
everybody
expect. You don't tell them the order. You don't gotta. Geez, you're so bad at
My
this. Wow.
It's late. I'm tired.
Wow. So,
Anyway.
anyways, what I will say about the movie is that there's a ton of action. It plays like a Mission Impossible. It's like Mission Impossible 7 because there are like 5 car crashes, one chopper air carrier crash, and I'm like, you can't survive.
And then
You
multiple, like, getting slammed across into
yeah.
rocks.
Yeah.
And
These are superhumans.
oh my God, they would not have survived.
Like,
That was what was one of the things that was really annoying. I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm having to suspend so much reality to be here with you guys. And I guess because I don't know if it's like that because it's based on a video game, that it's fine that you can have all this action that would literally kill any human being over and over and over again, and they survive. Is that Is
I mean,
that,
that's pretty common for video game movies, but
did I miss?
I don't think that that's the reason why. I think they just don't.
Stupid.
I don't think they cared about life bars in this movie. And as I say, I would say these people had about. They had like a 225% life bar in this one. You know, Fast and the Furious, they're normally working with about 135 to 150%. The last one with Idris Elba, they kicked that up to like 165% of a human life bar. This movie, they're starting at like 225 strong.
I think maybe more, like 600 or 700. They should have died 50,000 times.
I'm at 50.
And then the worst part is then, you know, there's a, so this, you know, Mila Jovovich, she's the main character, so this shouldn't be a surprise, right? She's one of the people who's tumbled in car accident after car accident. And then, and all this crazy stuff is happening. She ends up getting in a fight, like a full-on martial arts brawl with Tony Jaa, after she's been tumbled over and over and over and over and over again. It's in the trailer. I'm not saying anything that's not.
They're fights in the trailer?
Probably.
Oh my God.
It's stupid. There's no way, first of all, she's smaller than him. And she just
I don't know, she
got.
may not be smaller than him.
Did you see it? He's all ripped up and he's got
definitely
huge
more
pecs.
muscular, but I don't know if she's.
That's what I'm saying. And
Not like 6 foot.
and he's a warrior guy.
Well, the point is it's not just that. The key is that, we'll come back to that because you're moving ahead. We're talking about the general
my bad.
overall scope and
Okay.
the plot
You got to rein me in, babe.
in the whole deal.
You got to keep me
So
on
the
the
general
rails.
part of the movie is that it's okay. The story is okay. What I did like about the fact
Yeah,
is
I
that
agree with
Mila
that.
Jovovich, I was like, oh God, here we go. She's going to be the same chick she is in every freaking movie. She's going to be slightly mysterious and slightly untouchable. So she never has a love interest, which I don't mind that. That's kind of cool. So I was like, all right, cool. She's going to be that Mila Jovovich, right? Not Fifth Element Mila Jovovich, but pretty much the same one from, what is it, Ultraviolet, who is basically the same one from, what was the other movie she was in? Where she's a warrior. Resident Evil
Yeah.
1 through 45. Where basically she's just not, she's pretty much the same as whatchamacallit from Underworld.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like
so it's just
the
like
same
hot chicks
person.
in action
Dark,
films
mysterious, smoky eyes.
with the bright eye, dark hair and light eyes.
And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And so I'm watching and I'm like, all right, cool. And then there's actually a moment where she's not that. And like about a third of the way through the movie, you're like, oh, this isn't just I realized the first like quarter of the movie is more of a horror survival flick. Very Aliens. It's very, very, I suck and I just need to not die and everything's better than me type of movie. And she actually did, she did a pretty good freaking job.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And you're actually, that's a good point. The second half of the movie, the second act, I guess, is a totally different, feeling.
Film.
It almost seems like
it's
it'd be almost
Prometheus.
directed differently.
It's like watching Prometheus.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping the same thing didn't happen if this was intentional. But like in Prometheus, when I saw it, and for anybody who doesn't know this already, I thought that movie was really good in the beginning. I thought the second half of that movie was terrible. And I walked out of the theater going, I feel like I just watched two different movies. Like one dude was directing it and then they fired him and they picked up another dude. And that's pretty much what actually happened.
That's actually what happened.
This movie felt like that a bit, but I hope it was on purpose because it was kind of fun. So the first half is horror survival and people die brutal deaths. They did not spare anybody.
It was really gross.
In the way, and it's kind of gross. It was hard. So that shit, Alamo Draft House, we're trying to eat, and then it was a weird, there was some weird times. So there's going on, right? And then the second half, it's like an action film with a ridiculous fight scene. When her and Tony Jaa fight, she's dehydrated. It's been like 2 days. She hasn't had any food or water.
Oh, I'm spoiling it?
Yeah.
I'm spoiling it?
That's not a major component to the, that is not a major component to the thing. And so they get into a fight and I'm like, all right, so they're doing this. Problem being that she should really not even really be able to stand at this point.
That's what I just
But-
said that.
No, you're talking about like the size of the people.
No, I
She
literally
shouldn't
just
be able
said
to fight.
she got her butt kicked. I said that. All this stuff had happened. There's no way she would have been able to fight him. You just argued with me about that.
You argue about the
I
size
literally just said,
and the musculature.
I said all of
Tony's
that,
out,
let
such a
alone the
big
fact that
man.
he's bigger than her. Oh my God, you're not a very good listener.
Nope,
We're fighting now.
because I don't have to be. Anyways, so the point is, the action's pretty good. That fight scene was interesting. The way they did I don't, mind you, I want to be clear here. I never played this game. So I've seen like parts of the game, but I never decided, yeah, that looks like fun, because I don't like killing animals. That's not that fun to me in the game. I like killing skilled opponents in a video game. Just random there's no emotional payoff to this.
I'm
giant
not
monster.
a video game person, period, so I don't
Well,
care.
the point is, it's just a giant monster, and it's like I don't feel anything killing a giant monster over and over again. So I never played the games. So I don't know how much of this is them trying to stay accurate to the game. I don't know how much of it is any of that stuff. But
What's the
yeah,
storyline?
the
What's the actual
it
arc
looks
of the
similar.
whatever?
I'm going to assume the storyline is not the one that we just watched, and that maybe they already in some kind of prehistoric time, and there's dinosaurs and things running around, and so they fight them with dinosaur bone swords that probably shouldn't kill any animal, because the brain would probably not be that close to where a regular human could stab it. But we're going to just let that ride.
There was a lot of suspending.
Just a whole lot of
reality.
belief, all of the belief just suspended like stars in the night sky.
Oh, that was nice.
That was good.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty.
I like
Just
that.
right there, just dangling.
That was. Yes, I like it.
But the point is,
This
it's
is much
interesting.
harder when you can't just say what you want to say and
Say
have to worry about me
what you
spoiling
wanna
it.
say, just let me work and say, I wanna be brave. It was there, so I went for it.
That was good.
Sorry. So anyways, so the actions, it is pretty astounding. A lot of guns, a lot of slow motion, good camera work. I had fun watching the action sequences. And
I did to a certain extent. I hated her character at the beginning.
Wow.
Because, like, dude,
Hate is a strong word.
okay, she was wicked irritating. I wanted her to die. I literally wanted her to die.
Because of that part.
Yeah, she's like, Tony Joss saves her, and then he brings her back to the safe camp, and then she fights him and wrecks his stuff. Dude just saved you.
He might have wanted her to be like his sex slave. She didn't know.
Dude was not getting after
They
that.
can have slaves and prostitutes in the new world.
Yeah, maybe so, but that was not what was happening. He was taking
oldest
care of
profession.
her.
He wasn't even that we can get into that.
And also, I'm just saying, like, be a sex slave or die a miserable death from disgusting, gross creatures. Where you, like,
Give me liberty or give me death.
no. I'd rather live to fight another day.
Interesting. Good to know. I'll save that in the mind for later. So with that being said, yes, the action was pretty good. The camera work was pretty good. Nothing to write home about, but it was some cool slow motion, actually pretty nice landscape shots they had. I mean, it really isn't anything crazy in it.
He was not watching the same movie
I was watching
watched.
the exact same movie.
No, it was a desert.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of landscape. I don't know what slow motion you're talking about. And all the action
Half of
was
the action.
wicked mega shaky
Half
cam.
of that,
So you couldn't even
oh
see
my
what was
God.
happening.
Half of it, really? You don't remember the 15 million slow motion gun shooting sequences
Oh,
they did?
yeah.
The multiple
Which were
ti- the
irritating to
multiple
watch
ti-
because it was like,
the
dude, your
multiple
guns
times-
clearly are not
The multiple
working.
times they were rolling in the freaking vehicles
That was
and it
really
was
annoying.
slow motion
Yeah, that wasn't
inside
good.
of the vehicles.
Yeah, that was also choppy, shaky cam,
No,
so you
that
couldn't tell
part-
what was
no,
happening.
there are parts that were choppy.
Flashing lights,
Got it.
so you just knew. So we watched them tumble through the air for 20 minutes in the scene, and then I'm like, they're dead. And then they're like, no, we got up and we're walking around. It's like, no, dude, no.
It has nothing to do with the camera angles. That's editing and the director.
Just go to this movie with very low expectations. Like, just expect that nothing is going to be reality or make sense or be rational.
It is a movie about people who swing swords at dinosaurs.
I wish there was more
that are
sword swinging at
45
dinosaurs rather than a 20-minute
size of time.
montage of gun fight that means nothing because clearly your guns aren't working and stupid.
Well, I can't give that part away, but in the beginning, there's more gun stuff, which is actually interesting.
Because they're army
Because
people.
actually, when you watch people in movies, and this has always been surprising to me, is that we have things on Earth that resist bullet fire. And so anytime you watch a movie and it's like a sci-fi movie and the only thing they come out with are guns, I'm like, okay, so you don't know what lives here, and so your only maneuver is to try to put bullets in it. We don't want to, like, I don't know, set anything on fire. Or my personal favorite, especially when you're fighting something that might be bigger than you to even out the odds, you just blow some stuff up.
Rocket propelled grenades.
That too, all of that. And so
Something.
I don't think that in most sci-fi movies, they don't remember the flamethrower and they don't remember to blow things up. They don't have like gas and just light stuff on fire. And so in this movie,
Fire
I
is
was
very
very
effective.
thankful that they bothered to think about that. It was a major component of fighting the villains. Now, they do have a magic system that I'm assuming is from the game.
Yeah.
That
You can do stuff with the swords and
no
that
one
stuff.
explained any part of that
Nope.
whatsoever.
Nope, because the two main characters can't actually communicate. Because one speaks
we
English.
don't need to get into any of that. They don't. That has nothing to do with the fact that you don't know how the swords work. There's opportunity for them to explain the magic of the blades. They decided not to explain any of it, and just you have weapons that can do clear out effects.
And
stuff.
somehow the patriarch of this group has learned English well enough to use words like civilization and what were some other words? I was specifically listening. I was like, if you just got like a book or something, oh, I studied the language. Like, if you just have a basic understanding of English, you're not going to use 3 and 4 syllable words. It's going to be like
I don't know
earth,
that he said that he didn't.
tree,
He didn't say he didn't know how
man,
to speak.
woman. No, he said he studied the craft.
Yeah, he talked to people. Anyways,
No one else
I'm
there
not
spoke
going
English.
into any detail of that because Erica is trying to reveal half of the movie to you. So I'm not going to talk about that part of the plot. So anyways, the point is the fighting was interesting. There's a lot of stunts that happened. A lot of people got thrown around. A lot of damage was taken. It was fun. And Tony Jaa's interaction with Mila Jovovich, there were some funny parts there. And if you've seen Tony Jaa in any of his recent movies, nothing that you're going to see will be surprising. His movies, he is a very similar guy in most of the movies that I've seen him in.
He's fun to watch fight.
Yes. And so, but they were doing things like, what is that move? It's not, I forget the name of the move, but it's the type of capoeira kick. And they were doing it.
There was a lot
I think
of
it's like,
capoeira.
it wasn't al batido, but it's one of the ones where you sweep one leg and you bring it up and you do like a roundhouse kick with the other
Oh,
one.
that was
like
good.
a mini jump kick in the air, but they both did the move. And so I was like, all right, well, she's doing it and he's doing it. That's weird. So some minor things like that are a little bit strange, but because of the kind of movie it is, I just didn't really care. I was like, whatever, it's fine. I don't care. So it was fun. It was fun to watch. There was a training montage, very martial arts related, and I was like, oh, this is good. Tony Jaa does
She
some
suddenly
funny.
got a new costume
Yeah, she did. Well, I
out
mean,
of nowhere.
well, that makes
with
sense.
armor.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that. The same reason they had weapons. You don't remember. It's fine. She's tired. We're just going to let that slide.
It just happened to be her size.
Well, it looks like he had some resources. Tony Jaa had some resources. So that happened. It was entertaining. There's a lot of coincidences, but again, if you've seen any movie like this, like Triple X, Xander Drax, and all that nonsense, it doesn't matter because none of it makes any sense, and you just kind of go with
I
it.
think I needed to know that. Like, there were a couple times that something dramatic was happening, or it was supposed to be like, oh, whatever, look at this stunt, and I started laughing because it was so ridiculous. Like, it was so stupid that I started laughing. It was like, this is so not feasible or reasonable a thing to have this character do right now. I can't help but laugh.
I think she's having a hard time because in the beginning, it's not comedic. In the beginning, it starts off as very serious, kind of gross. It's like Alien, it's
really
scary.
gross.
And then it's kind of scary. A lot of jump scares, use a lot of sound to hide giant creatures that cannot be that silent. And then you have the second act, which is way more comedic and lighthearted. And then the third act, which is basically action RPG with crowd control characters. It looked like I was playing like Champions of the Wrath or
Literally.
something. No, you don't even know what Champions of the Wrath is?
No, but I know, but it was so like formulaic and like, oh, we're just gonna run directly at the thing, and then it just like whacks them, and it's like, of course that's what would happen.
Well,
Like-
there's a part that I'm talking about that's like video games. And in a lot of the video game, the way that they fought some of the bosses is actually how you do it in an RPG. And so you have one dude doing crowd control, and then you have the other people who pulls the aggro, and the other two people move to the flank and do whatever their little specialty things are. So it literally played like playing Champions in the Wrath or something like that. So I don't know if I'm assuming that was on purpose, but it was cool. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. I can't
Yeah,
say
it's not fun to do a movie review when
It
you
is.
can't just talk about it.
I don't want to say
Because
too
you
much.
can't tell why it's ridiculous if you can't
if
tell
don't
why
want-
it's
you want
ridiculous.
them to watch it because I want you guys to watch it, and then I want you to comment on this video once you see it, what you thought about the things we're talking about. But it was pretty entertaining. I actually
Tell
enjoyed
me
it.
what you think about Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think about Will
His hair
Ferrell.
is so bad. It's very Wrath of Khan. Now do you see it? Yeah. It's
no.
not good because
It's-
if you know the guy, you're like, that's not his hair.
Yeah, no, Wrath of Khan was not that cheesy.
It was that bad. The hair it looked that bad.
Yeah,
And that was probably his real hair. It just looked weird because of the thing they were doing with
they
it.
made a wave. That was a thing for guys back in the day to have long hair and wave,
They just
body
looked-
wave.
this is
My
weird.
dad got a perm. I got a body wave. He had long hair and he got it permed, but it was like just a wave.
Nice.
And it was like, oh, Dale has such lovely hair. No, men should not have long hair.
My dad had a jerry curl, so I can't really say that much. And it was a luscious, full-bodied, well lubricated, Soul Glow-esque jerry curl.
That is a fact.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures.
I had a fro, but I never had a jerry curl.
Here's the truth, though. No man should ever have long hair.
Wow.
Ever.
This is strictly the opinions of generally the Irritable with Erica Reddick. This is not. The Violence Conductor did not
No.
say this. I just want to put
Men
that out
should
there
not
as
have
a
long hair.
disclaimer. That's what she said.
That is my opinion.
And so the point is, I think you guys should watch this movie.
It was fun. I think if I had been properly prepped with low expectations, I could have enjoyed it better. It's also, it really is, like, it's really annoying to get me emotionally feeling a certain kind of way about the characters and, loss and, struggle and the fight and whatever. And then you want to act like a clown. That's just kind of rude, I think. Like, do it all one way or the other. Don't play with my emotions. Don't play with my emotions.
I don't know. I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't know if it's necessarily wrong.
It's wrong.
Isn't tragedy, how do they say it? Isn't comedy just tragedy, something? It's too late. You guys are basically getting a drunk review right now, because like, not that I drank watching this movie at Alamo Draft House, because their selection was very restricted. I had water, but it's 12 o'clock in the morning, so I'm tired.
Delirious. No, so yes. Now I can't remember.
I know this, and I don't remember what it is now.
Life is a comic tragedy.
I don't know. They're close, is the point. And so,
tragedy of comedies.
I don't know, it's gross. I can't even remember. But I will say this:
remember it as soon as the camera's done
it
rolling.
was fun, and I can understand what you're saying, because it does feel like different. I watched slightly different movies, but I don't know if I dislike that. I thought it was fun. Plus, again, I didn't have high expectations. Mila Jovovich, I was really watching her acting. I really wanted to see her be someone different. And so I got that. Yeah, I was like, oh, she's being funny. She's got a little some timing going on here. This is more like Lilu. Well, Lilu, multipass, Corbin Dallas. She's a different character in that. Also funny, different character. But I haven't seen her be. She's somewhat playing the straight man. I mean, they're both kind of the straight man in this, but
that
she's
doesn't
the
apply
one.
here.
She's like, no, because she's like the one. Like, he is Tony Jaa is making jokes at her expense. She's just reacting.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So she's the one that's making little asides and she's responding to things and being a commentator, which it was entertaining. I liked her as that. I don't know. I watched the Resident Evils, and I don't remember thinking, oh yeah, she's funny. Because I'm pretty sure she just dour the whole time.
Yeah, I definitely not.
I've got to save the world. I'm the one with the special T cell, and I can fight the world. Nemesis, not a problem for me. I'm gonna fight you, Whisker, on a train with a knife, and it's gonna be terrible, but I've got telekinesis, whatever her power is.
Wow, I have no idea. That was amazing.
Because that movie is bad.
Is that a recap of what movie?
Oh, one of the Resident Evils. I don't remember which one.
I don't think I've seen them.
They weren't that good. The last one was, oh man, that last knife fight with the cuts. I couldn't even tell what was happening. It was so gross.
I couldn't tell what was happening in this movie.
Okay, so imagine the part of this movie you're talking about with the car flip. Imagine that, but it's a knife scene. And you're having a knife fight, and you don't know what's going on. And you're like, why are you cutting so much? It's just a knife fight.
It was that bad.
It was brutal.
It must have been really bad.
I was very upset.
I automatically assume, and I know this isn't exactly the case because the whole Bourne Identity was a thing and whatever. But I can't help but assume you must have done a terrible job, and that's why it has to be cut and diced up, and
But this
where
isn't
you
that
can't
bad.
actually see what's going on.
But this movie was not cut like that in the fight scene. It
It's
wasn't
not
so bad
it's
I didn't
not
know what was going
Bourne
on.
Identity bad, but it's 75% of it.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not
it
that
is.
bad. It is not. Tell us in the comments, watch it and tell us if you think it is shaky cam and hard to track
In the
fight
fighting.
scenes. I did not feel that watching this movie.
There were a few moves, the only things that I saw during their fight in particular looked like capoeira moves. That was the one thing. I was like, I remember thinking, wow, it looks like they're doing capoeira versus anything else.
Hey, banana.
Yes,
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Capoeira matão.
I am in agreement.
I'm done with you right now.
That's fine. I'm
Anyways.
done with you because you're ruining my ability to be able to do a movie review by stifling my speech.
We can't, if we did it.
Do you see this?
if
The
we
patriarchy
if we
silencing.
got it.
Hashtag me too.
Got it. That's not a Me Too thing. It's really not. It's not.
Wait.
It's not what that means.
Hashtag
It's not.
silence is violence.
I guess that one probably would actually apply.
No, it doesn't.
You sure?
I don't know.
I don't know anymore. We're tired, so you cannot hold any of this against us at all. And if you do, you're dumb. Because I told you, this is basically a drunk review. So, anyways, it was pretty good. I had fun. I mean, if I had to give it a number of blades out of 5, I could probably.
Wait, what
eliminate-
are there's like 3 categories,
We got
right?
3 categories. Camerawork, I like the camera. It wasn't shaky cam. That's a different thing. It was, I mean, it had some natural movement on some of the shots. Some of the wides and landscape shots had more natural movement than I would have expected, which is a strange choice. But in general, I probably would give it like 3 out of 5. Camera, it was what I expected. It's a Hollywood movie with a lot of money, so it's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean,
The CGI is very decent most of the time.
the costumes and the setup and all that stuff, I will admit, in the beginning, looks flat out cheesy. Like they were doing the steampunk thing, and I was looking at it going,
I was like,
I
this
don't
is
believe
so
this.
obviously like
Not-
you
I don't
went
even-
too far.
I don't know if it was a lighting issue
No,
or what it was.
It was the thing, and it was so much like it looked like a costume that you would go get at Party City.
Which is, I mean, I know they had money, so maybe it was legit.
You don't
but it
need
just,
to
it
be
just
steampunk.
felt, it just felt.
Nobody
it
else
felt,
was steampunk.
Well, here's the thing, it just felt fake. And I've seen steampunk and I believed it. And I saw this and I said, in the opening situations, this just doesn't look real to me.
No.
And then they're doing the boat on the sand thing, and I don't ever. The people do that a lot, and so I think I just have an aversion to it in general.
Is that a thing?
Different types of shows, everything. Whenever there's like the sand ocean, so we have ships that ride the sand, and it's always
don't- I
it
literally
always looks like
don't
a
know
normal,
anything
like a
else that
normal
does
looks like a
that.
regular boat.
What
and
else
you're
does
like,
that?
how does that work? Anyway, it's not the first time I've seen this.
Okay.
So the point is, I would say for camera, it's a 3 out of 5. For action,
You know,
I can't give it more
for-
than 3 out of 5.
You know, I will say, for as much crap as I've been talking, it's fun. The action sequences are fun and exciting in that it feels like a comic book, like a cheesy comic book or video game movie, I guess. Like, it's not like,
It is a better video game movie than average. So in the scale of video game movies, it's pretty good.
that's what I'm trying to think of. What's a serious action movie? Not like Fast and Furious.
The
but like
Raid.
One that I know.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is what I would give a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, okay.
That's flawless. Matrix, John Wick.
Okay. So, yeah, I would, 3 out of 5.
I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
I'd give it, that's,
I'll go to a theater and watch a 3 out of 5 action situation if everything else holds up. I do not think this is a movie you need to go to the theaters to see.
I mean, it's
Let me be
fun.
clear. I want to be very clear when I say that. I could have watched this at home, and I don't think I would have missed out on much. But because there literally is nothing else to watch in the theater unless you haven't seen Tenet, I would be willing to go watch this in the theater and be fine with that. Normally, I don't think you should watch a 3 out of 5 movie in a theater. It's like take it or leave it. But considering the complete lack of films we have right
Where we
now,
are in the world.
desert of film,
Pun intended. Because they're in a desert.
yeah,
sand,
it was
sand boats.
unintentional. I'll probably I'd probably be willing to watch
Yeah,
it.
I like going to movies like that in the theater because of the graphics and the sound and all that kind of stuff. I like to experience the surround sound and
Did you
stuff
feel
like
like
that.
that was critical in this? I didn't feel like it was.
You know, I like movies like this that are big and have the, you know, like, again, I'm making fun of the movie, but, you know, the monsters were cool
Yeah.
and they
weren't
didn't
terrible.
look bad,
All right.
you know, and so it was neat to see how they, you know, they would close up on, like, I can't say anything.
Got you.
They would give close-ups on the monsters, and you'd be
Yes.
like, "Oh, that's really well detailed,"
Yeah,
and
it's
you
pretty
guys
scary.
actually like thought about it. Yeah,
And
and
they
there
made
was
the
like,
monsters actually scary.
yeah, like you were
you in
actually
there.
scared.
They did a good job, considering the subject matter and what they had to work with. And if I played the game, I might have even given it a 4 out of 5, but I don't know. So I'm looking at it
Yeah.
standalone as just a
That's
movie
just a movie.
in a theater, and I'd have to give it a 3 out of 5.
I think that's a fair.
Yeah, 3 blades.
I'd say 2 to 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've given better movies a 3 out of 5.
Like what? Did you say is a better movie?
You know what it is?
That's
I would
fair.
say I'm going to qualify my 3. My 3 is like, you know, like you go to dinner and you eat healthy food. Like you go get a steak and a nice green salad with some like spring mix and some pistachios and some like blueberries in it or whatever. Like you get this beautiful meal, right? It's like a nice meal. Or you go to Alamo Draft House and you get the fish and chips. And it's fried fish. And it's... Oh, I'm not doing a good example. Okay.
No.
No, because a steak would be the 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So say I go to like Fish Daddy Grill. No, that's not a nice... Is that the nice one in Round Rock? One of those bougie seafood places.
Okay. Fish Daddy is okay.
We go to some bougie fish...
Sam's Club, maybe?
Sam's Boat. No, there's one. There's a
Joe's
really
Crab
nice.
Shack.
Yeah, we're going to Crab Shack,
Okay.
right? That's your 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Joe's Crab Shack is your normal 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I would say this was like fish and chips from Alamo Draft House.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's like still fish and chips, but fried.
I feel like that's not a good...
You should just cut this whole
I
segment
don't
out.
think that's good. I'm not editing this. Whatever is in here is what is probably in here. So, yeah.
You have to edit it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a hard time with my analogy. It's like it's not a 2, but it's not a 3. It's like junk food 3.
Okay. All right.
It's
We're gonna.
a fried pork chop.
So thank you for that colorful analogy of food. Traveling down the culinary, the menu of your opinion there. Very interesting way to try to determine exactly how you feel about this particular gourmet of action. So they were considered it's a 3 out of 5. Go watch the movie. Go support your local theaters if you can. No one's
Have
gonna
low
be
expectations.
there, so it's not like you have to really be super worried about COVID.
Nope.
Yeah, you can wear your mask if you want to in the theater the whole time, and you can socially distance and still watch a decent movie.
Yeah, bring your
Yeah, man, go to
Clorox wipes and wipe
Yeah.
your spot down first if you want to.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you don't get your formaldehyde. I don't know what they have. Spray something. I don't know. No. I think. I don't know.
Formaldehyde spray.
I don't know.
I don't think. Do not get formaldehyde spray. Okay, that is not a thing that you should do. This is. Do not try this at home.
I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I don't even know. What do you even use formaldehyde for? What am I thinking? Of right now? Is it like embalming and stuff?
Yeah, isn't that embalming fluid?
Yeah, it means it cleans the body. It's a disinfectant or something, right? Does it clean something? Preserves it? What is it? Clean or preserve?
I actually don't know.
All right. Well, kids,
Leave it in the
for
comment
your research
section.
for your research today. We'll know if you watched the
Let
full
us
video.
know.
If you can tell us
What is
if
exactly?
you watched the full video, we'll know because you'll be able to tell us what to do with formaldehyde
What exactly
and how it works.
does it do?
Yes, because I don't remember. On that note, I'm going to sign off and go to sleep.
Nighty night time.
Yes, I am Benjamin Nathaniel Reddick II, the violence conductor. And you are?
Generally irritable.
Erica Reddick. Life's a Reddick.
Hashtag.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Keep watching movies. Leave some comments of some movies you'd like us to watch below.
Oh,
We're willing to
yeah.
go back and either rewatch a movie or watch a brand new, or watch a movie we haven't seen, or watch something that we kind of know about and need a refresher on. So give us some ideas, some things you'd like to see us review or discuss.
Yep.
Even if
Comment.
Tell
us what you want us to review.
A series. I can give you an episode. There's not a lot of content being made right now, guys.
And it's better if it's something I don't have to worry about spoiling.
Yeah, it's better. It's much better if we can do that. So, all right, folks. Out.
Night.